So welcome to Cucamonga Valley Medical Group's Healthy Living webinar. My name is Sabrina and I'm a community health educator. Before we get started tonight, remember that these webinars are interactive, so please feel free to ask me questions. I also save some time at the end of these webinars for a Q&A session, so you can save your questions towards the end as well. Okay. So this month's healthy living topic is keeping kids healthy. Now, this topic I am personally very passionate about. I do have 3 little daughters, and teaching them about health and helping them develop healthy habits has been something I've been doing for a long time. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys tonight and just to share information. And yeah, so as a kid in today's world, it is very hard to develop and maintain healthy habits. And that's because unhealthy food is easily accessible and it's easy not to be physically active as a child, right? We have a lot of that screen entertainment. So children are not being as physically active as they should be. Now, research shows that kids who struggle with their weight and develop unhealthy habits are at risk of future health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So that's why it's important as parents and as guardians to teach our children healthy habits so they can live a life free from chronic illness. And that's going to be the focus of tonight's webinar. I'm going to be sharing 10 ways that you can start developing healthy habits with your child or with your kids and keeping them healthy. So here we go. The first way is you want to make health a family value. And that means you value health as a family. So a child cannot develop healthy habits on their own. They need their parents to help educate and support them. So it starts with you, the parent. You have to be the role model. You have to set an example, right? And you don't need to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. But if your child sees you trying to eat right and being physically active, they're going to take notice of your efforts and you're going to send the message that good health is important to you and your family. So when you make health a family value, it's also about educating yourself about health, learning about health, and making it something that you care about and you are trying to take care of is your health. So it all starts with the parent making health a family value. Our next way is you want to talk to your kids about health. Consistently talking to your kids about health. Now, I'm going to bring up this point a lot throughout this webinar because this is how we truly develop those lifelong healthy habits is by talking to our children about health. Now, the important point here is that when kids hear the word health, they really don't understand. It's an abstract idea to them. So when you are talking to them about health, it's important to make it relatable, make it something that they're passionate about and something that's age appropriate. For example, I have a 3-year-old daughter and she really didn't like eating carrots. And I told her that, carrots will have vitamins that give you supervision and they give you super skin, like the Paw Patrol, like the pups on Paw Patrol. And after I said that, she really was more intrigued. She was more inclined about the carrots. And this is better than saying, hey, you need to eat your carrots. They're healthy for you. That really is not going to click with them. So really make it relatable, make it fun, and just continuously talk to your kids about health. And especially if you have older children, talking to them about their sexual health, talking to them about harmful effects of tobacco, drugs, and alcohol. So it's very important to develop lifelong healthy habits to continuously talk to your children about health. Next, be physically active as a family. So like we all know, exercise is crucial. It is necessary for everybody's health and wellness. This, of course, includes kids. Kids need to be physically active. Being physically active as a family is a great way to help children create that lifelong healthy habit with physical activity. And when you're physically active as a family, you're sending that message that this is what we do. We are physically active people. So you're creating that healthy habit for them by being physically active as a family. Now, you can plan times for everyone to get moving together. It could be as simple as taking walks, riding bikes, playing hide and seek, playing tag. One of my favorites is we always go out in the front and we play ball. So we have all different types of balls and we all play together. So we're just getting our bodies moving, we're spending time together, and everyone's going to benefit from the exercise, from being physically active, and the time spent together. So be physically active as a family. All righty. The next way that you can help your child to develop those lifelong healthy habits and keep them healthy is by making healthy eating a priority. So, as a parent, the most beneficial thing you can teach your child is how to eat healthy. That is a skill that's going to benefit them their whole life. And again, it starts with you, the parent. You're learning about healthy eating and you're learning about ways to incorporate healthy eating with your kids and your family. Now, I'm sure we know this can be difficult, right? Kids are more inclined to want to eat those unhealthier foods. But making health a priority in your house is going to be a great, great thing for you and your children. And it's really going to help their health in the long run. So it's important to, again, educate your child about the importance of having nutritious food. So again, we're talking to them about health. We're explaining to them why we are eating healthy, what foods include to be healthy. Okay, now here's a few points I want to make some more about healthy eating is that you can get your kids involved, right? This is really, really great in creating that habit, right? Getting them involved in the cooking, the planning, the preparing. So getting them involved. Also, my favorite tip is making healthier versions of their unhealthy favorites. So that's a great tip. If your kid likes pizza, making some healthy pizza options, some healthy taco options. So you're making healthy versions of their unhealthy favorites. Practice mindful eating with your child. Mindful eating is a great, great skill. It has been a game changer for me and my family. And in all the other classes I teach, I always talk about mindful eating and I get a lot of positive feedback. And that's because it's a really great skill to use. There's a lot of great information online if you want some more information on mindful eating. I do plan on doing a webinar in the future about mindful eating because it's really powerful. And I use this a lot with my children. I teach them how to eat mindfully. The important part is using something called a hunger scale. So that is one of the most beneficial things I've seen is teaching them, eating until we are satisfied and not until we are stuffed, eating when we are truly hungry and not when we are bored. So mindful eating is a great, great skill that's going to help develop those lifelong healthy habits. Now, water is best, forget the rest. Yes, your child needs water, right? Juices, Capri Suns, energy drinks, sodas, those things, box juices, those things are full of sugar and there's no nutritional value. And the problem is that once you start giving your child that, they really kind of become hooked in a sense, right? They really want it. And that's because it's full of sugar. It kind of, really is a bad habit to start. So water is best. Give your child water. Now, we know that kids like to have snacks. So it's very important that we start developing healthy habits with snacks because snacks can become an issue in the future. So we really want to start developing a healthy habit with snacks. And you can do that by giving them a whole food for a snack instead of a packaged or a processed food. It's like things like, cheese puffs, granola bars, fruit snacks. Those things have been through a process to be made. And when things go through a process, when food goes through a process, it loses a lot of its nutritional value. And a lot of time, things like salt and sugar and preservatives are added to the food. So whole foods make great snacks. And that could be things like veggies and hummus, Fruit makes a great snack, any type of fruit. So maybe just a bowl of grapes, some cantaloupe. On the screen there, you can see these apple nachos, we call them. My kid's favorite. Just slice up some apples, peanut butter. Maybe I sprinkle little raisins or cinnamon on top. Those are really a family favorite. Nuts and seeds make great snacks. Now, I know as children that can be a choking hazard, but one thing that you can do is we make energy balls. So I put a bunch of nuts and seeds. I use dried fruit such as dates to really get that sweetener. So dates make great healthy sweetener options. And we make little energy balls, and that's a good healthy snack, things like edamame. So again, I just wanted to bring up the point that it's really important to start a healthy habit with snacks, and you can do that by giving them a whole food for a snack, such as fruits, veggies, and nuts and seeds. Great options. Limit screen time, maximum 2 hours per day. So you want to keep their screen time to 2 hours per day, whether it be on the phone, the computer, the tablet, the video games, the TV. And that's because children who spend a lot of time in front of a screen are more likely to develop a sedentary lifestyle. And a sedentary lifestyle is going to increase their risk of developing a disease in the future. So that's the problem with too much screen time. We really got to limit it. And again, parents play an important role in teaching their children how to use the screen time in a healthy way. And of course, putting limits, talking to them about it. You know, if you just take away the tablet, they're really not going to understand. Hey, we've been on the screen. It's already been an hour or so. It's time we get our bodies moving. Our bodies need to move, right? So again, we're talking to them or explaining to them the importance of these things. All righty. So our next thing that you can do to keep kids healthy is you want to get annual wellness checkups. And this is a great way to ensure that everything is good with your child's health, right? Everything is well. And that's a good way to ensure that when we get those yearly wellness checkups. It's also an opportunity for you to get advice on how to keep them well. Getting wellness checkups can help your child also to understand that healthcare professionals are their partners in their lifelong journey of health, right? They're going to need to know that they can go to them if they have problems, especially as teenagers. That's really important. So going to the doctor regularly, getting those annual checkups is a good way to send that message that, you know, these healthcare providers are our partners. They're here to help. In addition to your regular visits with your primary care provider, be sure to get your child's dental and eye exams. Those are important. And making sure they're up to date on immunizations. So getting them annual wellness checkups is a great way to keep your kids healthy. All right. I see we don't have any questions. How are we doing? Looks like we're doing good. Okay. Next is you want to make sleep a habit. Sleep is so important for a growing child, but with today's busy schedules, a solid sleep routine can be hard to stick with. But kids who get the recommended amount of sleep for their age are healthier physically, mentally, and emotionally. So sleep is very, very important. And another great bonus is that if kids get their adequate sleep, have the recommended amount of sleep, then they can better fight off germs, which is huge, right? I mean, no one wants their child to be sick with the cold, the flu, anything like that. So you can help them by making sure they're getting the recommended amount of sleep. On the screen, you can see the recommended hours of sleep per age. This graph was from the CDC, so these are their recommendations. So I'm sure you know that children are not, happy. They kind of naturally resist bedtime, but you can help encourage healthy rest by creating and sticking to a routine. So doing a series of familiar activities. Maybe it's reading a book, singing a song, whatever it may be. But that's a good way to make sleep kind of a more pleasurable experience, get a good routine with it instead of an undesirable activity, right? So make sleep a habit and make sure your child is getting the recommended amount of sleep. Be positive and encouraging. So talking positively, encouraging your child, and rewarding them with good behavior helps reinforce that good behavior and healthy habits. So if you see your child choosing to be active, maybe choosing to learn more about a health topic, or if you see them choosing a healthy snack, really reinforce those actions by supporting your child and making sure that their good choices are noticed and applauded. This is really going to help to build up your child's self-esteem. Being positive is a virtue where, we look on the brighter side of things, and children do not have that ability naturally. So it's really important as parents, as teachers, to really help guide them in that direction of being positive. So helping your child develop that positive attitude can greatly contribute to their well-being throughout their lives and help them build resilience. So keep it fun and positive. Everyone likes to be praised for a job well done. So celebrate their success and help them develop a positive self-image. Encourage regular hand washing. I know we've heard this one a lot lately because it is important. It is important to regularly wash your hands, especially as a child, right? They're touching all sorts of things. They're around other children, maybe at the park or at school. So they're really, they're around a lot of other germs. They're being exposed, and we can help minimize their risk by regular hand washing. Now, again, let them know that washing hands can help them prevent common diseases such as the flu, colds, and other infections. So again, we're talking to our child about health. Instead of saying, go wash your hands, go wash your hands, you can say something like, hey, we just got home from school. We have germs on our hands. I know you don't want a runny nose, so let's go ahead and go wash our hands. So again, we're explaining why these things are important, and we are talking to them about health. Develop healthy routines. This is where we really create those lifelong healthy habits with our children, is when we develop those healthy routines with them and with our family. So maybe that can mean, Monday nights, it's family walk night. We all go on a big family walk Monday nights. It can be eating dinner together. So every dinner meal, we all sit down and we eat a nice healthy meal together. Personally, one of my favorite healthy routines that we have is Friday nights, we do homemade pizza night, and I get a bunch of veggies and I let them do all their chopping and they get to make their pizzas, and it's really exciting for them. They look forward to that. And that's kind of making it fun, but still a good, healthy routine. That's probably more healthier, right, than ordering in pizza. So again, we're making it fun and we're developing those healthy routines with our kids, with our children. Okay. Looks like we don't have any questions, so I'll go ahead and review what we have talked about, and then we'll answer some questions at the end. Here we go. So, ways to keep your kids healthy and create that lifelong healthy habits. So first, we have make health a family value. This one is first and foremost. You got to make health something that you and your family values. You learn about it, you talk about it, you care about it. Okay, that's the first step. We really got to make health a family value. And then we got to talk to kids about health. We need to constantly have a constant conversation about health, right? So that's very, very important. That's probably my most important point of tonight's talk, is that you want to talk to your kids about health, make it relatable, make it something they can understand and care about. Be physically active as a family. So again, we're trying to incorporate those lifelong healthy habits, and we can do that by being active as a family regularly. Very important. Make healthy eating a priority. So this one, I know it could be easier said than done with kids, but this one is so important. It's one of the greatest skills that you can give your child is how to eat healthy. So I encourage you to learn how to eat healthy, figure out how you can incorporate that with your kid. Limit screen time. Remember, maximum 2 hours per day. We want to limit screen time, making sure that they're mostly moving their bodies and they're not sitting in front of a screen for too long. We really got to keep them moving. Get annual wellness checkups, a great way to make sure your child is well and healthy. Make sleep a habit. So making sure that they are getting the recommended amount of sleep they need per night. Be positive and encouraging. Very important. They need positivity. They need encouragement. That's how we're really going to develop those lifelong healthy habits is with positivity and encouragement. Encourage regular hand washing. So that's a great skill to have even as an adult. So encourage them to wash their hands before they eat, after they eat. Great skill. It's going to help, ward off some of those infections. So regular hand washing. Lastly, develop healthy routines. So get some healthy routines that you and your family will enjoy and really start making health something that you and your family values. All right. Well, thank you all for listening in. Let me know. We can go ahead and open it up for any questions you may have. You can enter them in the Q&A. Any questions? I'll give some of you a second if you want to type it in. Okay, we got our first question, and it says, what other activities do you do to stay physically active with your kids? Great question. Thank you so much. So sports are always great. I know that is something that a lot of people turn to is doing sports. Personally, me and my family, we do rock climbing. We joined a rock climbing gym, and that's kind of a fun thing we like to do together. And it's physically active. I also have a little gym in my garage, and we all go in there together and we all do a little workout together. Of course, I have to listen to all their favorite songs and not mine, which is fine, but we're all in there and we're doing it together, and they really, have a good time, and they see us, this is just a normal thing. We go in there and we move our bodies. So those are the main points. We do go on walks and bike rides. So those are a few ways that I stay physically active with my family. Great question. Thank you. Oh, we got another question. It says, I have a picky eater. I know, right? That is a tough one. I have a picky eater myself. My last one, my third one, she is a very picky eater. But there's a lot of great information online about how to deal with a picky eater and little tactics. Every child's different, so every little thing might work different for individually. So what I have found that's been really helpful is I really try to make it relatable for her. We started putting pineapple on her little homemade pizza. And she did not want to eat the pineapple, but I told her, if you eat a pineapple, you're going to get a magic power. And then she ate one, and we pretended all to do little magic powers. But again, that's just my personal thing that I'm trying to work on. So there's a lot of information out there about picky eaters and how you can kind of navigate that. But the earlier, the better. I do know that is the earlier you can start getting them to eat healthy and really kind of kick those unhealthy habits, the better. That's going to be more instilled in them. Good question. All right. Is that all our questions for this evening? Looks that way. And Healthy eating is something that I really enjoy talking about. I have a lot of information about healthy eating. And if you guys want more information about healthy eating, let us know. You can leave us a comment on our Instagram or Facebook, say, hey, we want more information on healthy eating. You can leave a comment on a video. We post these webinars as a recording, so you can check out our YouTube channel after, and you can leave me a comment there and say, hey, Sabrina, I want more information on healthy eating. And I will be so happy to do that. I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with because, in today's time, it's really easy to eat unhealthy. It's very easy. So it really takes some determination. It takes some learning to eat healthy. And I want to help with that. So if you want some more information, please let me know. Okay. Well, that would be it for our tonight's webinar. I hope you found this helpful. Next month is about healthy aging. So how we can age youthfully, what we can do to protect ourselves as we age. So I'm looking forward to that one. And yeah, well, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening.